In this video, Dyson AI Studio presents Gears and Flames, crafting a steampunk-style open kitchen. Steampunk, a term that seems like a time capsule, transports us back to the grandeur and smoke of the Victorian era. It is not just an artistic style but also a cultural phenomenon, an imagination of the past and future intertwined. The origin of steampunk is like a fascinating history filled with retro charm and future aspirations. The story begins in 19th century Britain, where the Industrial Revolution was in full swing, and the steam engine became a tremendous force driving the progress of the era. Smokestacks loomed, steam swirled, and machines roared, all providing fertile ground for the birth of steampunk. Victorian literature, such as Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, depicted a world full of whimsy, and these works were not only pioneers of science fiction but also laid the foundation for the later steampunk culture. The actual naming of steampunk occurred in the mid-1980s. At that time, writer James Blaylock first used the term steampunk in a letter to describe the works of Tim Powers, James P. Blaylock, and K.W. Jeter. In the works of these authors, technology and magic coexist. The elegance of the Victorian era collides with the roughness of the Industrial Revolution, creating a parallel world that is both familiar and strange. Steampunk is not limited to literature. It quickly permeated visual arts, film, music, fashion, and other fields, becoming a global cultural phenomenon. Visually, the steampunk style primarily uses copper, brass, iron, and wood as materials, complemented by gears, chains, levers, and steam pipes, creating a beauty of the fusion of machinery and nature. In terms of attire, people often wear clothing with Victorian-era characteristics but add mechanical elements, such as steam-powered gloves, goggles, and various decorative gears. This style is not just a pursuit of appearance but also a nostalgia for the good old days and an exploration of the infinite possibilities of the future. The charm of steampunk lies in its ability to provide an escape from reality, allowing people to soar freely in an imagined world. In this world, technological progress does not mean the loss of humanity. On the contrary, it emphasizes the combination of human wisdom and creativity. Steampunk allows us to re-examine the impact of the Industrial Revolution, consider the relationship between technology and society, and also stimulates our endless curiosity about the unknown world. Over time, steampunk has gradually developed into various variants, some focusing more on the details of technology, others emphasizing the aesthetics of art and design. Regardless of the form, steampunk attracts countless enthusiasts with its unique perspective and rich imagination. It is not just a style but also a spirit, a respect for history, and a longing for the future. Steampunk makes us believe that even in a world of machinery and steel, there is still romance and dreams. Today, steampunk has transcended its original definition and become a global cultural symbol. It appears in various festivals, theme parks, and even daily life, serving as a bridge connecting the past and the future, reality and fantasy. The story of steampunk is like a steam engine that never stops, continuously operating, leading us into new worlds full of surprises and imagination. Steampunk kitchen design, a fusion of time travel and futuristic fantasy. Steampunk-style kitchen design is an artistic expression that seamlessly blends the nostalgia of the past with the imagination of the future. It's not just a visual delight but also a journey for the soul. In such a kitchen, every detail seems to tell a captivating story about machinery and magic, history and the future. Let's delve into how to infuse the essence of steampunk into kitchen design, creating a space that is both retro and avant-garde. Imagine stepping into a kitchen where you're greeted not by cold stainless steel and polished tiles but by verdigris pipes, cast iron frames, and the warmth of wood. Exposed red brick or distressed wood panels on the walls are interwoven with copper pipes, which serve not only as decoration but also as a functional part of the electrical and water supply systems. Gears, chains, and belts are cleverly integrated into the furniture design, adding visual depth and a mechanical vitality to the space. The choice of flooring is crucial. Dark wooden floors or vintage-style tiles are not only durable and easy to maintain but also perfectly complement the overall industrial style. The weathered marks on the floor, like traces of time, narrate the history and stories of the space. The occasional scattering of copper screws and small gears, seemingly accidental, is actually a thoughtful design touch, adding an element of mystery and exploration to the kitchen. Lighting design plays a pivotal role in a steampunk-style kitchen. Chandeliers and wall lamps feature exposed bulbs with intricate shades made of brass or cast iron, inspired by old steam engines and maritime instruments. The warm light they cast at night not only illuminates the kitchen but also creates a dreamy and vintage atmosphere. The shadows cast by the lights seem to dance an ancient dance on the walls, telling tales of adventure and invention. The design of kitchen appliances and furniture fully embodies the spirit of steampunk. Modern appliances like refrigerators, ovens, and dishwashers are cleverly disguised in copper or black metal casings, adorned with various mechanical switches and gauges, as if they've traveled from a Victorian factory. Cabinet and drawer handles are designed in the shape of gears or keys, not only aesthetically pleasing but also giving a sense of operating precision machinery. The island design is particularly ingenious. It's not just a workspace but may also conceal a small steam power device, adding a touch of scientific experimentation to the cooking process. In terms of decoration, old nautical charts, mechanical engineering diagrams, or vintage signs hanging on the walls are carefully selected, not only decorating the space but also conveying the spirit of steampunk culture. Handmade mechanical device models, such as small steam engines, flying machines, or clocks, placed in corners or on shelves, are not only artworks but also a tribute to the owner's love for steampunk culture. In such a kitchen, every corner is filled with stories, and every pause is a dialogue between history and the future. Steampunk kitchen design also reflects an extreme pursuit of detail. From faucets to knife racks, from seasoning jars to napkin rings, every small item is designed to be both functional and artistic. Copper faucets are engraved with intricate patterns, knife racks are made of gears and chains, seasoning jars are inlaid with small mechanical dials, and napkin rings are designed as miniature steam valves. These small decorations not only make the kitchen more lively and interesting but also show the owner's high demands for the quality of life. In a steampunk-style kitchen, cooking is no longer a tedious task but a creative and fun adventure. You can experiment with various complex recipes here, using tools that seem to come from another era, creating astonishing dishes. Each cooking session is like a scientific experiment, and each taste is a cultural experience. In this space, food is not only a source of nourishment but also a link between the past and the future, allowing you to enjoy the deliciousness while feeling the unique charm from a distant era. Steampunk kitchen design is a bold exploration between tradition and the future, allowing us to find a touch of poetry and romance in our busy modern lives. In such a kitchen, each cooking session is a journey through time and space, allowing you to enjoy the deliciousness while feeling the unique charm from a distant era. A steampunk kitchen is not just a cooking space but a creative workshop full of stories and imagination, inviting us to view life from a new perspective, explore the unknown, and create our own legends. Steampunk style, a unique aesthetic blending retro and futurism. Steampunk style, with its unique blend of retro and futurism, is becoming an increasingly significant force in the field of interior design. Especially in the kitchen, the heart of the home, The integration of steampunk not only brings visual shock but also reshapes the cultural experience of cooking and dining. Imagine stepping into such a kitchen, as if you've instantly traveled back to the Victorian era, or as if you're in a fantasy world full of machinery and magic. Every time you open a cabinet door, every time you turn a brass faucet, it's a dialogue with history and a collision with the future. In a steampunk kitchen, the texture of metal is an undeniable presence. From faucets to cabinet handles, from lighting fixtures to kitchen utensils, every detail is meticulously crafted using materials like brass and steel, with an aged finish that shows the marks of time and the ruggedness of industry. Exposed brick walls or wallpaper with steampunk patterns add a layer of retro and mystery to the kitchen. Chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, composed of intricate copper pipes and gears, are like works of art. When night falls, the light shines through the shades, casting mottled shadows, making the entire space seem alive, telling stories of time and creation. The choice of kitchen utensils is the soul of a steampunk kitchen. Modern appliances like refrigerators, ovens, and coffee machines are reinterpreted, with exteriors covered in copper or rust-colored metal, decorated with real gears and screws, as if they've come directly from a factory of the past. The range hood is no longer just a cold, functional presence but has become an installation that combines art and technology, with exhaust pipes designed like an old steam pipe system, evoking the era when everything was driven by steam. Such designs not only meet the practical needs of modern kitchens but also add endless imagination and fun. In terms of detail, a steampunk kitchen is even more ingenious. The kitchen island, as the center of a modern kitchen, is cleverly integrated with steampunk elements. Imagine a wooden countertop supported by a metal frame, with edges inlaid with precision mechanical parts, and an open storage shelf below, displaying various antique-level kitchen utensils and spice jars. Each item is carefully selected, serving as both practical tools and decorative artworks, together creating a space full of narrative. The decoration on the walls is also not to be overlooked. Hanging a steampunk-themed painting or a few decorative steam engine models can make the steampunk atmosphere of the kitchen even more intense. A few small decorations, such as a seasoning rack made of copper pipes and glass bottles, or a few uniquely shaped copper teapots, quietly sit in a corner of the cabinet, waiting to be discovered by the owner, adding a bit of life and personal expression to the overall design. In terms of color matching, a steampunk kitchen tends to use dark tones, such as dark green, ink black, and antique copper. These colors complement the metal materials, creating a calm and mysterious atmosphere. However, against such a background, some bright colors can be appropriately added, such as a few bright touches on the red brick wall, or a colorful tablecloth on the dining table. These small details are like a jumping note, adding a bit of vitality and surprise to the overall design. The design of a steampunk kitchen is not just a nostalgia for the past but also a praise for the spirit of innovation. It encourages us to combine tradition with modernity, to break through conventions with creativity, and to create a practical and personalized living space. Here, every cooking experience becomes an adventure, and every meal becomes a journey through time and space. A steampunk kitchen is an oasis in modern life, allowing us to find a bit of tranquility in the busy daily routine and also stimulating our infinite longing for a better life. In such a steampunk-themed kitchen, every cooking and enjoyment of food seems to be participating in a dialogue across time, meeting yourself from the past and the future. A steampunk kitchen is not just a place for cooking but also a place for stories to happen. Every time the stove is ignited, it continues to write a legend of your own. In this space, we can not only taste delicious food but also feel a blend of culture and art, a love and respect for life. The unique charm of a steampunk kitchen opens up a new world for us, inviting us to explore, create, and enjoy every moment of life together. In the world of steampunk, the gleam of metal and the turning of gears weave together to create a series of retro and fantastical scenes. Steampunk, a concept originating from literature and the arts, has gradually permeated every corner of life, including kitchen spaces, perfectly blending pragmatism with romantic sentiment. The design of steampunk kitchen utensils is not only a nostalgia for the past industrial era but also a bold exploration of future possibilities. Imagine the first rays of morning sunlight filtering through heavy curtains and shining on a polished copper stovetop. The kitchen utensils, inlaid with brass gears and wrapped in old belts, display their unique charm in the interplay of light and shadow. These utensils are not just tools for cooking, they are like works of art, telling stories of innovation, courage, and dreams. The design of steampunk kitchen utensils first reflects in the choice of materials. Copper, iron, steel, and other classic materials of the industrial era are the preferred choices, carefully polished to show the marks of time and the texture of machinery. The oxidation treatment on the surface makes each utensil seem to have its own history, with every speck of rust a mark of time. In terms of detail, the addition of gears, chains, valves, and other elements not only adds a mechanical feel but also endows the utensils with vitality, as if ready to start at any moment and lead us into a cooking journey full of adventures. The core of the design concept lies in combining tradition with modern technology to create a retro yet avant-garde visual effect. For example, a steampunk-style coffee machine may look like a Victorian-era steam engine on the outside but uses the latest extraction technology inside to ensure that every cup of coffee achieves the perfect taste. Such a design satisfies people's longing for the good old days while not losing the convenience and efficiency of modern life. In terms of color matching, the steampunk style prefers warm tones, such as copper, brown, dark green, etc., which can create a warm and mysterious atmosphere. At the same time, the clever use of contrasting colors, such as black and gold, can further highlight the sense of hierarchy and three-dimensionality of the utensils, making them a beautiful landscape in the kitchen space. In terms of layout, steampunk-style kitchens often pursue an orderly chaotic beauty. Various pipes, valves, and gauges seem to be arranged randomly but actually follow a certain logic, showing the rough beauty of the industrial era without losing the designer's ingenuity. Cooking in such an environment, every operation seems like an adventure, and every seasoning is an experiment, making the cooking process itself a pleasure. In addition, steampunk-style kitchen utensils also focus on the balance between functionality and decoration. For example, a steampunk-style oven may look like a huge bell-shaped cover, with a device similar to an astronomical telescope on the top, and in fact, these decorations are not only visual embellishments but also adjust the heat distribution inside the oven by rotation, achieving a more uniform heating effect. This design concept that combines aesthetics and practicality is the charm of steampunk-style kitchen utensils. In summary, the design of steampunk-style kitchen utensils is a tribute to the glorious industrial era of the past and an exploration of the infinite possibilities of the future. It is not only about cooking but also a manifestation of a lifestyle, encouraging us to find creativity in daily life and transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. In such a kitchen full of whimsical ideas, every time cooking becomes a journey through time and space, allowing us to feel the unique charm of the steampunk world while cooking. Thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in our video, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you would like to collaborate with us, please contact us through the method provided at the end of the video. See you in our next video.